Hello there, Internet. Welcome to another Demo Boys tips, tricks, and tutorials. And today we are repairing a leaking hydronic tube. So I'm laying on my back under a ceiling that has exposed beams, and it was discovered that there is a screw that hit perfectly into the hydronic tubing. So we were asked if we could repair from the bottom and make it seamless. What I have to do is pick these boards out, and let me back up a little bit. Just so you have a complete understanding of what I'm doing, I did a little diagram of what I'm working on. So you've got the two ceiling joists or floor joists, depending on where you're standing, and then you've got the deck boards, you've got 1.5 inches of gypcrete flooring, and you've got your hardwood floor on top of that. The red tube is the hydronic tube, and if I pan to the underneath, these boards in the diagram are what I'm actually removing, and that's where a screw has gone in. So back to the work. So I've got, I believe I took 4, maybe 5 boards off to expose the hydronic tubing, the PEX line. And as you can see, I'm just chipping away, and I can, at this point, I can see the hole. We've determined that there's a hole there, and I'll zoom in on that in just a minute. This is I don't want to say it's an extremely delicate process, but it's one of those scenarios where you don't want to do more damage when you're trying to repair damage. The other part about this is when it's done, everything that we're looking at is finished and exposed. So this is why I'm using a hand chisel, cold chisel, and a hammer instead of like a jackhammer or anything electronic. I could just slightly tap away, and you can't be in a hurry when you're making a repair. I've got the tube loosened up here. I got it freed. I've got it. The other part about this is I have to have enough space so that I can repair it. You have to be able to pull the tube down so the HVAC guys can repair it. I'm going to zoom in on the damage, and here is the culprit. One single screw hole smack dab in the center of the PEX tubing. So we cut out the piece of pipe, the HVAC guys show up, they put in their splice. It's kind of nice, the tool that they have has a light indicator. It's a little bit stressful anytime you do a repair that you're getting ready to bury again. We weren't able to test this quite like we wanted to, but because the tool has the indicator light, we know that the repair is sound. We did run water through it and we did pressurize it, but it's one of those scenarios where it's, you're burying something after you repair it, and it's like, here we go. Little faith in your tools. So now I numbered the boards as I took them out, because we had to put the boards back in the same way that they came out. And this is only important if you have a super eagle eye person in the home and they look up and they notice that the boards don't run continuous. Because as you saw in the original diagram earlier, the boards do run all the way across the joists. And so if you really are being picky, you could see if I would have changed these boards out for something else, or if I would have put them in a different order. So refitting them, making some space for the couples that we did. I'm putting just a straight silicone, no fasteners, because I didn't want to run the risk of, well, let me back up. First of all, there's nothing to fasten to. I'm not going to put screws into the gypcrete. And number 2, I didn't want to put another hole in something. So I silicone them up, and I'm wedging boards in place. So this technique is, it's pretty basic. You take a board that's pretty close, you jam a bunch of wedges in, and basically I just need it to hold itself up. So here comes the reveal. This is the next day. Everything's dry. I pull the shims, drop the boards, and then we can take off the tape, and you can't even tell that we have been there. This project, or not project, this repair took, I don't know, 5 or 6 hours, maybe a little bit more. It's a very, very, very slow process, because as I said, this is all visual or visible from below. I hope you found this video helpful in your next project. I thank you for watching, and as always, happy building.